Yeah, man.
Yeah, we live, baby. We live. Oh
Yeah.
man, tough one. Knicks fans, talk to me, man. How we feel, man? What are the changes we need to make, man? This shit is crazy. I mean,
Randall
they
gotta go.
who?
Again,
Randall gotta go.
Randall gotta go for who? Who we
Randall
trading him
gotta
for?
Towns, Lillard, a
Oh,
bag of balls down the street, anything. Like his body language, his whole demeanor. Like
mhm.
I'm happy we got to the second round, game 6. I didn't expect that. I expect us to be a play-in team.
Right.
I expected 36 to like 40 wins. So we overachieved second round, game 6.
Mm-hmm.
But like with him on the team, that's our like we're not going any further with a guy like that on the team. Like that's a fact. Like Brunson was running out there like Allen Iverson in 2001. Like there was
Right.
nobody else. Hart, Hart was efficient, but he's not a shooter. He's a role player. You got this guy 3 for 14, bro, in a closeout game. 3 for 14, 1 for 7 from 3,
Mm-hmm.
making a bunch of boneheaded plays. And another thing, like Miles McBride got minutes. Like Fournier is on the bench. He had 243s last year.
Right.
241 threes, right? Brunson had more than half of the Knicks field goals. He had 14 field goals. The rest of the team had 13. You can't tell me that Fournier couldn't go in for 10, 15 minutes to do something. 10 or 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
To take some of that pressure off of Brunson. He shot 13 of 49. The rest of the team outside of Brunson was 13 for 49. You can't tell me you couldn't put Evan Fournier for 10 minutes to at least take some of that pressure off of Brunson because he's a knockdown. He's a three-point shooter. That's what he does. That's all he does. Shoot threes. You know what I mean? Like, we saw it with the Heat. Duncan Robinson was out of the rotation for like a bunch of times during the season, but they kept giving him reps.
Right.
And he had like 6 points this game, and then the game before he had 17. He was loose. You can't tell me that. Like, this is my issue with Tibbs. That's my
Right.
issue with him. Like, you bury this guy on the bench. 243s last year. You can't tell me he regressed that much and his defense is that bad for him to not be able to sniff the court.
I don't
This
mean to
guy,
laugh. Hold on.
this guy.
I saw a troll guard. Oh shit. We got Malik in here. Oh man, I think I'm gonna be getting jumped in here because I got the Tibbs coalition.
Yeah, man, I'm here, man. I'm here, man. I'm tired of it,
how y'all
man.
feeling today?
Tired of it, man. I'm here, man. I'm here, man. I'm tired of it, man.
Okay,
I
shit, man.
recall saying 5 and 6,
I'm out
and
here.
y'all was
I'm out here
laughing at me.
rugged. Shout out to Kobe. Shout out to the GOAT. But I'm out here rugged, man. I'm tired of it, man. Let's talk about it. Let's talk
Talk
about it,
about
man.
that, Jay.
Salute,
They
my
finished.
brothers.
Nah, but like honestly, this isn't on Tibbs, yo. Like he didn't shoot 13 for 49 outside of Brunson. But you can't tell me that Fournier shouldn't have got. Why couldn't Fournier get in for 10 minutes, bro? Like I saw the Heat were collapsing on Brunson. Nobody else could shoot. You can't tell me this guy couldn't come in for 10 minutes and be at least a decoy.
I mean, I think it's tough, especially because that he wasn't getting any burn like
And,
during
and
the
whose
season.
fault is that,
I mean, they shortened the rotation. And, they went.
bro?
They had a record from that.
I mean, when
Quickly
But
got
y'all
hurt.
first short in the rotation, y'all was happy because y'all was
Quickly
winning.
got hurt
So
though.
what? Yeah, quick. Yeah, you're right. I think at that point in time they should have got him. But it's kind of like too late. You throwing him in the heat of the playoffs. I mean, it's kind of I don't know. It's a risk that he wasn't going to take.
Bro, 13 for 49, bro. Collectively, 5 of those was from Josh Hart, and then Barrett and Randall go 4 for 24. You can't tell
Mm.
me. I don't care if Fournier didn't play for 3 months, bro. Like if he was giving like 5 threes, he would have hit at least 1 or 2. That's a higher percentage than Barrett and Randall.
Man, I'll pack their bags and get them the hell out of there, man. Shit. Randall, man, is body language too, man. Too much.
Nah, Randall gotta go. He gotta go. I'll take Lillard. I'll take Towns. Bro, I'll take
Cat.
anybody.
You're not trading. Listen, you're not. Portland's not going to give up Dame for freaking Randall. That's not happening.
Not straight up.
I know.
I
Dame's
mean,
gonna-
what else y'all giving
Dame's
up?
going to play 2 guard. Dame's going to play 2 guard when he come in. What's he going to play?
I mean, I think they could.
Ain't gonna be
flip-flop.
easy.
Brunson
Ain't gonna be easy.
But that's the thing I'm scared with bringing another guard in like Lillard. I'm scared that would mess up. You know,
So
that
why
would
bring
mess
him
up.
up?
Like,
Bring him up in a trade discussion. If it's going to mess up the camaraderie that they have,
I mean,
especially if you
but
have a ball.
I'd rather risk that than deal with this idiot for another year.
Well, I know I've been waiting, and I'm patiently waiting for a reason because one thing I don't understand is, and this is the issue that I've been saying since day one, right? The issue is the capability to adapt throughout a series. Like, I get it. We didn't have a culture since Mike Wilson was here. We haven't had a culture even before that since Jeff Van Gundy was here. We haven't had a culture since Pat Riley was here. So I understand a coach that's building a culture. I get it. But just like every other team that takes steps, you go from, molding a young group to now performing and winning championships. Yeah, bro, we have a roster. I don't care what no one wants to talk about. We have a roster to bang with anybody in the league for years to come. Going forward, if we don't have a coach that's going to adapt his game style, change it up from rotational, call out freaking offensive calls to make life easier for players, because clearly it's just ISO and whoever's hot, give the balls to them and make them fucking work. That shit not gonna do nothing against niggas like the fucking Lakers. That shit not gonna do nothing against niggas like the Bucks. We're not gonna get over the hump against Miami. So again, this is my gripe, and will forever be my gripe with Tom Thibodeau, is because he's a fucking jerk. He doesn't want to adapt. He feels like the need, whatever is in his mind is like, it's like a fucking psychomaniac shit. And I just can't take it because we're not gonna win championships by that. That's my take.
So we know you're anti-Tibbs, right? So who are you going to bring in to replace him?
Okay, so we got the likes of Johnny Bryant here. We fucked up on the Udoka situation.
Okay.
But Johnny Bryant here is he's a development player. The guy, he knows the game. He understands how to make life easier for each player. You clearly hear the likes of Donovan Mitchell talking highly about him. Julius Randle was talking highly about him. Freaking IQ, Obi, all these guys are talking about Johnny Bryant. Johnny Bryant put me to the wall. So it's not like we're losing that fire as a coach. We're still going to regain that fire, but now we just need a guy who's going to make life easier for guys where we can't fucking buy a bucket. Mind you, we stopping niggas. Like, come on, bro. Like, this shit got to stop, man. We really got a team, bro, and I feel like we wasting time. And it's going to be too late.
I mean,
how are we wasting time? Now, we ain't wasting time. These guys are still young.
It'll be a bad, like, I know I jumped. I was like, when I say fire, like, I didn't like the hire in the first place, like, to be transparent. But he did bring some structure. 2 playoff appearances in 3 years. They can't fire him now. That would be a terrible look, especially coming from where the Knicks have come from the last few years. But I say, like, next year is like that's the make or break. Yeah. If this happens again next year, or if they don't get as far, he's gone. Like, that's a fact. But I say that to say, like, they have to like supply him with some more weapons. This roster has some, well, we have shooting, but obviously the shooting couldn't get off the bench. But we need more shooters. We need to get Randall out of here, and let's see how it goes. Let's see how he does with the more enhanced roster. And then I mean, because Who is out there? Nick Nurse is out there. I
Fuck
was
Nick Nurse.
trolling. I was trolling when I said.
I was about to say,
I
how
was
dare
a
you?
troll. I was trolling.
Shit.
I was trolling.
Don't do it.
I don't care for Nick Nurse, but I know Scott Brooks is out there. I know Milwaukee's looking at Scott Brooks. I'm not the biggest Scott Brooks fan.
Scott Brooks.
Yeah, Milwaukee's looking at Scott Brooks.
No, man. No.
But yeah, like you said, Johnny Bryant. Would be a,
Johnny Bryant, like you said, I'd rather go with Johnny Bryant. You know
Johnny
what I'm
Bryant would be.
I'll go with Johnny Bryant. Yep.
Yeah,
Ben Simmons might be out there. I mean,
What he
that's
said?
it, huh?
Ben Simmons.
Ben Simmons.
I mean, please.
I mean, I'm gonna joke this one. At least he's standing there like look like he's coaching right there. Like, yeah, I'm supporting my team. Like, remember in Brooklyn, that's like, oh, I'm
What?
chilling with my team.
Man, he could zoom that support shit.
Listen, man.
I'm tired of seeing this.
Well, overall,
man,
I think we had a good player front though. I didn't expect us to make it to the second round. Overall, we had a good player front. I didn't expect us to make it to the second round. To be honest with you, I was expecting it to be a playing team, you know, tanking for fucking Victor. But for us to go this far, you know, I'm not mad. We overachieved, to be honest with you. We overachieved.
You did.
I ain't mad either.
So y'all okay with missing the playoffs next year?
We said,
hell no. Hell no.
I said if they get to Game 7 of the second round, I'll be somewhat content, and I'll reevaluate my opinion on Tibbs. They got to Game 6, so I ain't gonna kill them too much. But they definitely need to, they need to tighten things up. Like, yo, Julius Randle, bro, I don't know, man. It's beating a dead horse. He gotta go, bro. He gotta go. Like, you can't bring that dude back. They may have just wanted it more. Missing free throws, lane violations, turnovers. Like, does Tibbs even call any offensive plays? Like, is it just ISO? Like,
I mean, I feel like I'm hearing myself speak. Like, every time we gonna keep saying this shit, and I wanted Randall to be gone since we even went to the playoffs 2 years ago. Again, I seen what it was. It's all in his body language. He is his worst enemy. You know what I'm saying? So I can't help a player when you're your own worst enemy. You have all the intangibles. You have everything that a team needs to win a championship, but it's you. I don't have time to be waiting on his ass to be getting shit right at this point.
because Randall's really a third option on a good team. He's not a number 2. He damn sure ain't a number 1.
Not even close to a number 1.
Yeah, I gotta stop disrespecting the King of New York. Yeah.
King of New York, man, please. No.
He's trolling, man. He's trolling. This is what he does.
Boy.
He's trolling God himself.
I'm not. Listen, Game 4. Let me tell you this. In Game 4, remember the podium when he said it? This shit like, oh, Miami wanted it. After hearing that, I'm like, man, I'm going straight to. I'm from Connecticut, just to bear with you. I'm from Stamford, so I'm going all the way from Grand Central, going to 34, going to Madison Square Garden. All right. Let me go to his locker, pack up his shit, and send him to China. And then the Game 5, he was wearing the New York Knicks vest thing. That, by the way, the blue and nice one. Man, I'm gonna snatch that. Give me that. You ain't earned that shit, man. You talk all this shit, giving up. You like giving up in this game, man. Pack his ass and get him out of there.
Okay,
I think he's trying to sabotage his way out, saying stuff like that. Like, I feel like he wants out, like, because didn't he do something similar? He did a lot of that last year. And did he say anything like that against the Hawks 2 years ago? Or was he just struggling?
Nah, he was just struggling. I don't think he didn't say anything.
But last year he said a lot of he was making a lot of weird quotes and stuff last year also, right?
Yeah,
the body language, the morale was off.
He threw the middle finger to the crowd. I thought he was going to be doing that.
His trade value was super low probably. So, that's why they probably held on to him. They probably were trying to trade him, but they're like, nah. But then he's all NBA this year. He averaged 24, 10, and 5? Mm-hmm. I feel like his value is higher now than it would have been last year. So now would be the time to just unload him. Just unload him, bro. To trade him to the Wizards for Porzingis or something.
Oh, nah, come on. You're bugging.
Oh God!
I said that,
please! Oh
Nah,
I said that,
please!
though.
Nah,
Look, the
yo,
thing is, come on, bro.
I said that, man. I want JB. If we could find a way to get JB and go get Kristaps, Jalen Brown.
Oh,
Jalen Brown. We got a JB, right?
That's the
Yeah.
I
trade
can't.
for
I
Brunson.
can't
Who
see
feedback?
that.
He'll be
Somebody
no
feedback. Is that me?
He don't have
Is
no
that
ego. He ain't gonna fight
is that
other
my feedback?
players.
hold on.
I think so.
Yeah, that's not me.
Yeah, it's like somebody's eating.
That might be
Yeah, it do
Troll
sound like
God.
somebody.
Amy.
It's got to be the troll
Damn.
god. All right, then stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sound like somebody eating Cheetos.
My mom muted just now, and it wasn't me.
Okay. But yeah,
It's all good,
who
though.
we gonna trade him for? I mean, who's out there? I mean, the only person that I think that I would like on the Knicks that I would trade him for is Bi Brandon Ingram. But I don't know if he wants to go to New Orleans. You get what I'm saying? So he'll be like the ideal person, but then again, like who's out there? Like who's going to request a trade? You're not hearing any rumblings about anybody. You know, I mean, maybe Dame, but you're not going to trade him for Dame.
You gotta put a nice package together, you know?
Yep. And again, is it going to make sense bringing Dame in?
That's what I'm saying. Will it mess up
Yeah.
with him and Brunson like
We're going to have 2 6'2" guards in the backcourt. You know, and then what we're going to do with, you know, do we package Quentin Grimes in there too? You know, the Dame trade scenario, that's like that ain't gonna happen. So, like I said, we gotta see if somebody. We can't just trade him just to trade him just to get anybody. You know, we can't. You know, we gotta have equal value for him. This guy, believe it or not, let's just say we just go by the awards that he is an all-star, right? He's an all-star and he made all NBA. No matter what happened in the playoffs, that's on his resume right now. So we got to get that equal value for him. You know, we got to get somebody that's equivalent to his talent. Got to get somebody that's equivalent to his talent.
At this point, I don't care for equivalent of his talent. I just need a plug-in guy.
Yeah, like I agree. You know, he's historically bad in the playoffs, bro. Historically, I know you got to get there first, but like he's historically bad in the playoffs, bro. 3 for 14, like 5 for 20, like yo, he's historically bad in the playoffs. Like, if you're bad and your body language is, if you're bad and you're putting in that like top effort, then that's one thing. But if you're bad and you're making quotes like they wanted it more than us, making bad basketball plays, you know, body language being off. You got your teammates kind of getting at you on Twitter, like Mitch. Mitch was talking about Randall, like that's obvious. Like, you know, Randall wasn't playing.
He's not helping. He's not coming up high off the rotation. He's late on rotation. Listen. I just ain't got time for guys that's gonna give it all. Like I try to tell. Like I said this the other day. I said I have an issue with individuals, just like with Giannis, right? Giannis quote about things being a failure. I can never get upset if somebody putting their all into the game and giving their all into whatever you do in life. That's either working, playing something, whatever. You give 110%. When you don't give 110%, I'm going to have an issue with it, and I'm going to call it out. And so that's been Randall's biggest issue, besides him being a shell of himself. The man don't give his all, bro. And then he basically looks to somebody else and points blame at somebody else as if somebody else is doing what he's not doing, which is moving his fucking body. There's no way he shouldn't be in a force in the paint. No way. On both ends.
Another thing with Randall, he plays like he has 2 left hands and 2 left feet. He's so clumsy.
And he's left-handed.
Yeah, I know. But I'm just saying, yeah. But he plays like
Yeah.
both of his hands are left-handed and his feet are left. All left. That's like he's just so clumsy. So I mean, I don't know. And RJ Barrett too. I'm gonna tell you another thing about the Knicks is that all their players, their main, all their
It's
mid,
lefties.
it's all lefties, and they all
Lefties.
basically have the same type of game.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
I
Barrett
like
too. I forgot Barrett too.
Yeah, I like RJ like 1 for 10. Like he stepped it up until the closeout game. Inexcusable. But I feel like, I'm excited about him going forward. Him and Brunson, you'll just get like a real number 1 or number 1A. And I think that trio that'll be a trio to deal with for years to come. But is Quickly a free agent?
Nah, he's not. I think next year, I think he has I think him and Obi has like what do you call it?
The rookie thing.
Tundra.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
The rookie tender.
They're on the rookie contract.
Yeah, he's on a rookie contract. So him and Obi. And what are we gonna do about Obi? Because Obi can't. I mean, I hate to see Obi as a corner shooter, man. That shit pisses me the fuck off because he more plays like. To me, he reminds me like a young Stoudemire. And him running into the 2 threes, and that exposed us. That really is exposed us in this series. Because even when we watch the games throughout the season, the first thing he do is run to the corner and try to shoot the 3.
Shoot a 3.
So
Yeah,
Miami homework. So you got to give credit to Spo and and the coaching staff and the scouts. Like they really did their homework and they knew that we was our shooting was horrendous.
bro. That Pat Riley pedigree, man. They know what they're doing in Miami, and what I would say, and I'm not like Tibbs is kind of out of that too, but Tibbs is just not as good of a coach as those guys. And I said after game 2, and it was like, nah, we're good. Why you worried? Like, yo, when we barely beat them, when they didn't have Butler and Hero, I'm like, yo, the Knicks are not going to win this series. I couldn't say it out. I couldn't say it out in the open because people are superstitious and stuff. But I kind of knew the Knicks wasn't going to win the series after it's the playoffs. We know that. But, they don't have Hero, who's a 20-point scorer. They don't have Butler, who's a 20-point scorer. And you guys are down by 6 in the fourth quarter. Miami has a whole bunch of G League-like players that
Not
are just...
Not about 2 or 3, bro. Not a whole bunch.
Come on, man. Like you got Martin and Vincent and those guys knocking down all those shots.
We got Gabe Vincent and I think what's his name? Strohan, right? What's his name?
Max Strauss, Gabe Vincent.
Isn't Duncan Robinson a G League player?
Robinson. Yeah, he was a G League player.
Yeah,
he was.
He was like years ago, but he's an official NBA player right now. He signed a huge ass contract.
Yeah, and he was out of the rotation. They were trying to trade him.
He was.
I wouldn't label him as a G League player. Nah, he's signed a huge ass contract.
Bro, the Knicks don't. It's like they don't have. I'm happy. Let me not be so pessimistic. I'm happy we got the game 6 of the second round. Didn't expect this, but now we see where we were out coached, and we see what we need to do. We see what players need to go, and that's the only way we're gonna move forward. Let's give Tibbs another year. Give him another year. Let's see what he could do with the real squad without this head case. And then I'm excited. Young team. They're patient. They're not just going and firing and trading people like they did in the past. Right. So let's see what they do in the offseason. Like what we got a bunch of draft picks too, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We could package some draft picks. Maybe Obi we could package along with Randall to get something nice.
Something nice.
Something nice. Something nice, man.
We need a megastar to come to New York if that's the case.
No, but you're not gonna get a megastar for that guy. You're not gonna get a megastar for that guy. You're gonna get somebody who is in a bad situation, who may be a little bit better or who may be a little bit older.
Mm.
That's what I think. We got 4 years out of him. 3 out of those 4 years, he put up over 20 or more points per game, got to the playoffs twice.
Mhm.
It's been an overall successful run in New York, like in the season with him, but the playoffs have been a disaster. So I don't want to go through that again next year.
DeAndre Ayton.
Uh,
DeAndre Ayton.
Who wants DeAndre in?
I wouldn't even. I don't know.
I
Somebody
don't
even
know.
said
I'm
that.
not
What's
looking
his
at
name?
I never liked Ayton, and it's funny. Ayton always sold on my parlays, so I never liked Ayton. He always sold. I have Ayton's gonna get 8 rebounds. He gets like 4 rebounds, and he's just standing around doing nothing. I don't like Ayton.
Alaric said Tibbs did a good job with his team, but just like in Chicago, he's only going to take us so far.
Yeah,
exactly.
that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. They're not gonna the Knicks are not gonna sniff the NBA Finals with Tom Thibodeau as the coach. That's a fact. I'll bet half my sneaker collection that the Knicks wouldn't make the NBA Finals with Tibbs as the coach.
So who would be that coach?
It might be somebody internal, but it won't be Tibbs because he's too rigid.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't adjust. And he's not. I don't feel like he can. He's not like a forward thinker. You got to keep guys. You got to keep your shooters like. You're gonna like what you call it. You're gonna condense the rotation and whatnot, but some of those guys that you're cutting out, you might need.
Right.
And again, we could have used some of those guys, but then you're gonna play McBride or you're gonna play this guy. Like, bro, we needed shooting. They were 13 for 49, bro. The whole rest of the team made less shots than Brunson. That should tell you something. We needed shooting. He wasn't able to put people in. Like, we missed a lot of like open shots, easy shots. But again, we left the guy on the bench. He played 27 games all year. He had 243s last year, bro. Is that a team record? That's a team record, I think.
Angel said Evan was shooting his worst all season. But then again, Angel, he didn't get that much time.
He played 27 games. He had 243s last year. His defense is not that bad to warrant him just being buried on the. And like again, it's not all about defense. You need shooting.
I mean, how can you get in a role or have confidence in your shot? You know what I'm saying? At the same time, it's all about momentum. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, the issue is
stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Gotta stay ready.
So that's why you're a veteran, right? So that's why when people say like, okay, you throw him in the wildfire in the playoffs, it can happen. Like, I get it for Derrick Rose because he's an athletic person, but for shooters, sometimes as veterans they understand how it goes. You know what I'm saying? But what I wanted to say was the issue is, and it will forever be an issue, if you can't make life easy for players that if you don't have a 3-point shooting team and you're not making life easy, how do you expect the team to score without just ISO? Simple as that. It's not gonna be easy. You're just gonna be an ISO team, and that shit is easy for fucking Miami to run a zone all fucking day and not guard niggas because you just gonna leave. They're gonna just pinpoint on one ball handler.
So do you want to put the onus on? Do you also want to put the onus on our point guard? Because technically, we don't have like a prototypical point guard. We have like what you call a shooting point guard.
Well,
so he shares that responsibility. I mean, he does share the ball. Like you see him do it at times, but yes, it's heavy isolation. But you got to think about it. The majority of these teams, fucking, they isolate a lot.
Well, he's a gamer, so I don't like to say that about Brunson. Brunson's the type of player where whatever the team needs, he's gonna do. If we need scoring for that night, he's gonna fucking do it. If we need to pass the ball to the open man, get guys open, help out the situation, he's gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? So I can agree to disagree. And yes, this game is more about the scoring point guard, but at the same time, again, if the ball is moving and everybody's a threat and you don't know where the bucket is gonna come from, you know what I'm saying? Like the shit gotta move. It gotta make sense, man. It gotta make sense.
Yeah, quick. Angel said quickly disappointed. I do agree. Quickly, I expected him to, because he was six. Like they was talking about him being sixth man of the year. He definitely regressed. You know, in the playoffs, I expected him to be that dude who could that energy off the bench like Starks was back in the day. You know, when he came off the bench, come in and hit a few threes. He you know, he really ain't do much in the playoffs. So I did expect a little bit more from Quickly, but again, somebody else got to step it up. You got to put somebody else in that position and step it up. And you know,
Chin said Quickly and Randall for Jaylen Brown. Yo, Chin, hop on, man. Stop playing. Quick, that's not happening. We're not.
I'm also for that.
I'm for that
I
too.
agree.
I do that
too.
for
that too. But that's not going to happen though.
Nah, he's up for like what? How much is he up for? Like almost 270 mil or something like that.
We got the money.
Oh, crazy.
We got the money. I don't know why we even talking about money. We got the money.
No, I'm just asking.
We have the money.
I think like 200, 75, 280, something like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we can't pay him 280 because we're not the Celtics, but we can. Well, off the sign and trade, we possibly can. I'm not gonna lie to you, I forgot. If we do the sign and trade, he can literally get that super duper max.
But Boston ain't gonna trade him to us.
Why were they? Danny Ainge not there.
But Boston, New York.
Boston yeah, Danny Ainge. Fuck Danny Ainge.
Boston ain't gonna trade one of his two. Like, I mean, unless we gave up, like unless we sold our soul, they not gonna do nothing like that. We could dream though. We're gonna end up with somebody who, you know, has baggage. If we make a trade, if we want to get rid of baggage, we gotta, you know, we're not gonna get somebody like a Jaylen Brown. But I wish.
Yeah, I think if Brad Stevens was to trade Jaylen Brown, I think he'll trade him for somebody like maybe like a Bradley Beal or maybe like a Trae Young, but not for freaking Randall. Hell no.
Okay, I can see that.
That's a good. You bring up Trae Young. That's a good point because I heard that Atlanta was looking to get rid of him too.
No, they're getting rid of him. Oh, they get rid of him.
So it's like, where does he go? What do you guys seeing him going?
I don't know. He was at the Laker game I just saw right now a few minutes ago. So he was there.
He with the Clutch Mafia.
Oh, he with Clutch?
He been around. What's his name? What's his best friend's name? The guy who, he's the leader of Clutch Mafia, the face. LeBron's man's.
Rich Paul.
Rich Paul, yeah.
Oh, Rich Paul, yeah. That's right.
Yeah, I see Atlanta. Atlanta might be a good trade partner. Because I see them making some moves. They got John Collins and you know, guys like Trae Young, DeAndre Hunter. Obviously, Trae ain't coming here, but Atlanta could be a good trade partner for something. You know, I don't know. What about Randall? What about Randall and something for John Collins and?
Nah.
No, you don't like John Collins?
No. John Collins bag like
I'm
that.
not feeling it.
With Randall,
not straight up.
No, but I'm just saying. But he's not gonna give the same type of production that Randall's gonna give.
Of course not.
We're not. So I won't. I'll give Randall one more year with us. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, no.
You know, this is what. I'm just saying. I'm not a huge Randall fan whatsoever. I'm not a huge.
How long is this contract again?
I mean, I think. Hold on, let's look it up right now.
They gave him another. Didn't after 2020 they gave him like 4 years or something?
Yeah, they did.
Oh, good Lord. Oh, Lord.
So he got 2 more years.
He signed
Oh boy.
even at 17 million.
Yo, Chen, that's another valid point. Boston don't have no leverage. They don't have no leverage whatsoever. It's really on Jaylen Brown to do what he want to do. If he
Yeah,
wants to make the money, then he can make the money. If he don't want to stay with that team and make that money, then he's gonna get. They're gonna literally do the sign and trades, which works out for Boston.
yeah, because they're not gonna. Tatum is up for I think Tatum is up for almost 300 mil. Also, I don't see them keeping both of them.
No, that's a lot of money right there.
That's
For
a
these
lot of
two.
money for two players.
Yeah.
But then again, you got to think about the salary cap is going up, so they're going to keep him.
You
So
think they're gonna keep
Julius,
both of them?
huh?
You think they're gonna keep Tatum and
The
Brown?
salary cap is going up, so they have no choice. What are they going to do? They have to keep him. That's their young core. They're like the young. I mean, I think they're like the young freaking Paul George and Kawhi. To be honest with you, and they both. It's not like they both went to Boston as free agents. Like they had,
Yeah.
they drafted. So
Let's
I'd
see
keep
how
him.
this. Let's see how the rest of this playoffs play out. That might determine a lot.
Yeah, I think to me, my bad, yeah.
Nah, because yesterday I was this close to posting something about Tatum. I'm like, yo, I'm a big Tatum fan. Like, I'm a real defender of him. When he was like 1 for 13, 1 for 14, I'm like, yo, I might have to say Brown is better than Tatum. But then when he not, then right after that, he scored 16 points in the fourth quarter. I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
I was right. Tatum is that guy.
Yeah, he got the mama mentality type of thing when he wants to, in the fourth quarter. And I watched that at the bar yesterday, and I see a Philly fan right next to me. He was pissed off. I was like, "Oh Lord, let's go Game 7."
Yeah, Doc is about to choke another one away.
Yeah, my God, Harlem going back to Houston to strip clubs.
Yeah, yo, they lose this series. There's gonna be some more turmoil in Philly. It's gonna be interesting as heck the off season in Philly.
So yeah,
'cause I'm
Angel,
like,
both. Go ahead. My bad, y'all. Go ahead.
nah. You said the cap is going up, but look at the penalties are for repeated tax teams. For the repeated tax teams.
Yeah, they changed some. It's some rule within that next CBA, and that they're saying for teams that doesn't have teams that are under what they call these teams, the teams that are not really known and not high class and shit like that. Like
Mm,
the New Yorks, the LAs, those type of teams.
mhm.
Yeah, it's all revenue sharing with all the low market teams, small market teams.
Right.
Mhm.
So they get hit with some type of luxury tax. Let's move on to what's the name? Oh, we got Lakers. Lakers is going to the conference finals. Who y'all got for that?
I got Denver.
Denver.
at 6.
Oh man.
Number 5.
Who y'all make better?
It could go.
I want to see it at 5, but I think 6. I'll give the Lakers some.
I'm gonna say
They probably do. You're right.
we got. I'm gonna say Denver in 6. Just because because LeBron is not gonna not dominate. LeBron 38 years old. I don't trust AD. I don't trust D'Angelo Russell.
Matt
Denver,
Ryan.
Denver, that home court, that thin air, they're gonna be running up and down. I'm gonna say Denver in 6.
I think Joker is somebody where AD not have played all season long. You know what I'm saying? He has to body with him. He has to get rebounds. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to now literally ain't no help defense over here, and the Lakers can't help off anybody except for if they want to try to add AG like Aaron Gordon, but they can shoot just as lights out as the Lakers. You know what I'm saying? And they have more height with it. They play way better defense. Bruce Brown's been playing out his ass.
Mm-hmm.
And they got the depth.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, right. They can shoot that fucking shit. And then, like I said, Christian Braun coming off the bench, Bruce Brown.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, listen, Denver.
They
You know,
deep.
It's all on Joker. If Joker comes off playing like a little niche, like he was playing the last two postseasons, then Lakers got a chance to go to the finals. If he doesn't, if he plays like how the MVP that we all know he is, there's no stopping him at all.
Yeah.
Jamal Murray's playing out his ass. Like
Yeah,
he's playing out his mind right now.
Mm-hmm.
Playing out his fucking mind. So
Yeah, it's their time to take that leap. They've been knocking on the door for years. They made some trades. They traded Barton, and they added KCP, right?
and KCP been balling too.
Yeah,
Definitely been balling too.
Yeah, Bruce Brown. Those type of guys, like the Bruce Browns and
Jeff Greens.
the Jeff Greens, those type of guys is the veterans that push you over the top. The intangibles, like the Josh Harts. Those role players, like those players could be the difference between you getting to the conference finals or getting to the finals because of those intangibles. So, I mean, talent wise, I would say on paper the Lakers look really good because of AD, LeBron, D'Angelo Russell, Schroeder, Reeves. Lonnie Walker, I like Lonnie Walker. I liked him since he was in San Antonio.
Right.
But I just don't think they got the gas for to win. I don't see them winning more than one game in Denver, if that.
Right.
You have to win in Denver. Like you would have to win in Denver to win the series.
Okay. What do you think about the Warriors? You think this is it for them? Do you think this is the dynasty?
I mean, they need a reinforcement. They need a reinforcement. Who that is? I mean, I'm disappointed in Kuminga. I thought he was going to be the one that stepped up, but
you disappointed in him, or you disappointed in Kurt,
or in Poole?
To cut you off.
That's true. You got Poole too. He got that bag, and then didn't he trick it off on? He tricked some 500K off on Ice Spice or something like that.
Stupid shit.
Yeah, like there's some people who, they didn't, but they lost a lot of players in the offseason though. They lost Otto Porter. They traded Peyton, they got him back. Who else did they lose? They lost a bunch of players in the offseason.
Not a bunch of players. I think Otto
they,
Porter, not a bunch, but they still kept their core like intact.
They kept their core, but there's a lot of role players. Hold on.
I mean, what's the name? Iguodala is still there, but he, you might as well say that he wasn't even.
He's a coach.
He was a coach. No, he was a coach.
So, I don't know what's going to happen because with Jordan Poole, I think. Now, would you want Jordan Poole on the Knicks?
No.
Who would we trade for him? Well, even when it would even make sense.
Jordan Poole. He's like
you want a better version of IQ? Yeah, like you want a better version of IQ? That's what you want? That's what I see. He's just a better version of IQ.
He a little bit of better version of IQ. A little bit. But how many points he had? What did he drop this game? He ain't do nothing this game last I checked.
He ain't do much, no.
Oh, okay. So Damian Lee, Otto Porter, Toscano Anderson, Peyton, but they got him back.
Right.
Who else?
No, I ain't gonna front. Otto Porter and Toscano was definitely key throughout the playoff series.
Mm-hmm.
And Portland, right?
Toscano went to.
Toscano went to the Lakers.
Yeah, he went to the Lakers.
He went to the Lakers, and then he went to Utah, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, off that trade, right? He was off that trade. Facts.
And what's Draymond Green's contract looking like?
I mean, he got a player option.
Yeah, I think it's over for the Warriors. I don't think they I don't see them winning. I mean, unless they rebuild like the Spurs did.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they contend while they're rebuilding.
Mm-hmm.
They bring a guy like they draft well. They bring a guy like Kawhi Leonard while they're competing, losing in the second round. If they do something like that, is Kuminga going to be that guy? Because they they really, they was really amping Kuminga up. They traded James Wiseman. I think they gave up on him a little bit too early.
Yeah, I was.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was telling
Kerr,
somebody.
Kerr definitely did some dumb shit with Wiseman. Kerr's been bad too. Man.
Yeah, I
Kerr's
think
been definitely bad too.
Kerr may need to retire after this.
I
So
mean,
I get like 2 more years.
Kerr is in that Popovich, not as good. He comes from him, but he's in that Popovich sort of, like, they're not gonna, like, he's gonna be there as long as he wants to be there.
Right.
That franchise was in. Mark Jackson got that franchise decent, because before Mark Jackson, you had Don Nelson,
Mm-hmm.
and then you had the 07 Warriors. Then they were bad for a little
They were
bit.
just bad with Monte Ellis.
Yeah,
It was
and
just
then Mark
bad.
Jackson came along and made them relevant again, and then
He
they
changed-
fired him. They put Kerr in, and Kerr got them over the top.
Right.
So we got to give credit to Mark Jackson, and the fact that Mark Jackson doesn't have a job still is kind of like alarming, because Mark Jackson, he deserves a lot of credit for the Warriors getting, kind of like I look at it like, okay, the next coach that the Knicks have, we could give Tibbs credit for getting the Knicks to this level, and then the next coach to go to that next level. Yeah, I gotta be petty and throw my Tom Thibodeau. But yeah, Mark laid the blueprint, absolutely. Because before Mark, what were they doing before? Like, other than, like, how many coaches did they go through? They had freaking Keith Smart. They wasn't doing anything,
Right.
Don Nelson brought them back to the playoffs, but Mark Jackson made them fun and relevant again.
Right.
You know what I mean? So Kerr won 4 chips with them. So he has as long as he wants, because the Warriors was a trash franchise, for a large portion of their history. Yeah, they were ready to trade Curry before Mark. Absolutely.
Word, they was gonna do that. I think I heard something like that.
They were going to trade him to Phoenix for Amari.
They was about to trade him.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Word,
They're going to trade him to Phoenix.
for Amari. Shit, just imagine him in Phoenix.
Yeah. So
And then they had, and then they had Mike D'Antoni back then, right? Did they have? Yeah. Or did he
D'Antoni
leave before?
you talking about Phoenix?
In Phoenix, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, just imagine Curry with fucking Mike D'Antoni. Oh my goodness.
We almost had that, but the Warriors swooped in and drafted him, and we drafted Jordan Hill. They swooped in and drafted him. I think that was Don Nelson being petty, because the Knicks fired Don Nelson back in the 90s.
Yeah, I remember that. Patrick Ewing. I think he only coached like half a season. They got him out of there, and then Jeff
They
Van
got him
Gundy.
up out. They got him up out of there.
Yeah, because
None
I
of the
think-
veterans liked him.
at all, and I think they was trying to make Anthony Mason
Like a point forward.
like a point forward. Yeah.
See, this is where, like, this modern basketball, I could talk it, but when you're talking about back then, that's where I really get in my bag. Like, the Anthony Mason point forward. He benched John Starks. Him and John Starks didn't have a good relationship either, because John Starks actually started with the Warriors.
Yeah.
He was in the CBA, and then he came to the Warriors, and Don Nelson cut him. And then Starks had like a chip on his shoulder from then with Don Nelson. Then when they hired Don Nelson again, they started Hubert Davis over John Starks. They were starting Hubert Davis, and Starks had, like, they didn't like the rotations. They had an old team. Don Nelson wanted the Knicks to go after Shaq back in '96. He wanted the Knicks to go after Shaq, but the Knicks was so committed to Ewing, which hindsight is 2020, but stupid.
Yeah, but it wasn't. You think Orlando was going to freaking trade Shaq?
No, Shaq was going to be a free agent, so they was looking to trade Ewing. They was like, "Yo, let's get rid of this dude and sign Shaq."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but Shaq was, man, when he spoke to who he said he spoke to at the time? When he spoke to Jerry West, man, He said it like that money. They came to him about that money, and Jerry West told him, like, "Yo, just hold it down. We got this young boy, Kobe Bryant. I really like him." And when he seen them damn dollars, ain't nobody in this world would have never done anything. So it was cool. We tried to say and talk to Shaq, but that shit not rocking, man.
Yeah.
That whole shit was supposed to happen the way it did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, I mean, I think back, man, like we could have got it. Yo, in '96. Also, Tim Hardaway said that the Knicks didn't even try to call him. He said they wanted Chris Childs over him. And I'm like, bruh, imagine if the Knicks had Tim Hardaway, Allen Houston, Larry Johnson. We end up with Chris Childs, bro.
That's crazy. And he only played a few seasons. I remember they took him out. He took himself out of the starting lineup because he butted heads with Ewing.
Chris Childs, right?
Yeah, Chris Childs. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He was nice. I remember we both him in Houston, right?
Chris Childs came
at the same time.
Yeah, we signed that offseason, '96. We traded Anthony Mason. We traded Anthony Mason for Larry Johnson.
Right.
We signed Allen Houston, and we signed Chris Childs. And that was a big offseason. And that, I feel like that team, if they didn't have that fight against the Heat, that team would have challenged the Bulls. Everybody says that, but that team was, Starks coming off the bench.
Yeah, Starks coming off the bench. And I remember the last game of the year, they faced the Bulls.
Mm-hmm.
And we stopped them from winning 70 again. I think Starks had a good game.
Yep.
Yeah. And I was like, everybody was saying, okay, you know what? This may be it. This is like,
and then freaking.
It wasn't 97. It was 97.
97, 96, 97. Then PJ Brown pulls that stupid move, and then people come off the bench and get suspended.
Yeah.
That was. But again, we always getting stars when they're not, and they like. Yeah, and we fumbled the draft in '96. That's a fact. Didn't Kobe was drafted number 13, right? Did we have a draft pick before number 13?
That I don't know.
Hold on, let me look.
Yeah, look at this. Definitely. 1990.
Charlotte drafted Kobe and traded him to the Lakers.
Yeah, they traded him to the Lakers.
Hold on. Because we got John Wallace.
Yo, fellas, I'm gonna holler at y'all, man. I gotta say and make a call real quick.
All
right. Salute. Appreciate y'all, man.
No doubt, man. Peace.
All right. So the Knicks drafted number 18 and number 19.
Mm-hmm.
They got John Wallace and Walter McCarty.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah. John Wallace, Walter McCarty, and
Dante Jones.
Dante Jones. I remember that. I remember Dante Jones went on a crazy run in the tournament. And people thought he was going to be that next guy.
So we could have drafted.
He didn't do shit.
We could have drafted Derek Fisher and Ilgauskas.
Good luck with that.
Let's see who else. Who was in the second round? Yeah, Kobe was number 13. Mm-hmm. Dang, son, look at all the teams that passed on Kobe, son.
It's crazy.
Oof. Yeah, we had 18, 19, and 21. Yep.
So I'm gonna put the last one. Last one before we go. Who you got for the next series? I mean, Miami's going. You already know that Miami's going to the conference finals, but Boston and Philly.
I don't have trust in Doc, so Celtics is at home, right? Celtics is at home. I don't see Philly winning the Game 7 in Boston.
Mm-hmm.
I don't trust James Harden in a Game 7.
It's tomorrow, right?
Yeah. I don't trust game. So I'm going Celtics. Celtics is gonna beat Philly, and then they're gonna play Miami.
And Jimmy's gonna be in his bag. Jimmy is gonna come with a vent. He played. I'm telling you, he's gonna be in his bag. Watch. You know they're going. They're gonna come with it. They're gonna come with it.
I don't see Miami beating Boston though. I see Boston going back to the finals.
They riding on a lot of momentum right now, bro.
They are because they're a playing team. I think them not having Hero is a huge that's 20 points off the bench.
Mm-hmm.
But he was coming off the bench, right?
Nah, he was starting.
Okay, that's a 20-point scorer that you're missing. Boston versatile on defense, more weapons. I don't see Miami. I see them running out of gas. So I got Boston in the finals again versus Denver.
Boston and who?
Denver.
Boston and Denver.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be a good series.
And that could go either way.
Yeah.
I don't know who would, because that thin air in Denver, it's not easy to win up there, especially if they got the home court. Which would they have the home court?
I think Boston would have home court. I think Boston had a better. I think because Boston was what? They were number 3, right, or number 2?
Boston was number 2. Denver's a number 1 seed.
Yeah, but what was their record?
Hold on. Like their overall record, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Celtics had a better record.
Yeah, Celtics had a better record.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's an interesting playoff because I didn't expect Miami to get to the conference finals. I expected to be something like Milwaukee and Boston or something like that. I didn't expect Miami to do it.
Nah, we don't think the Boston coach is better than Doc. Hey guys, Mark just said that. Yeah, I think Boston coach is better than Doc. I mean, I would say no for now. The jury's still out on him.
I don't trust either of them coaches like that. But
this is his first year, as a head coach. So the jury's still out on him. So let's see what he can do. I mean, if he takes his team to the final, I mean, they've been unpredictable this season.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I don't know. But then again, like him not calling timeouts.
Yeah.
In back-to-back games in which, it came down to the wire. Like, nah, he should have called that timeout at the end of, I think it was Game 5. He should have called that time.
I mean,
he did win Game 6, so I'll give him that. But
hindsight is 20/20, man.
Yeah, I know you don't want to
let them set their defense.
Yeah, you don't want the defense to set up, but look what they did in the previous game. At TD Garden. Yo, they couldn't get a shot up. They were horrible.
And that's why, like, Tatum and Brown, I don't feel like they're a natural fit together. That's why I feel like Brown is gonna go. I don't feel like Brown is gonna stay. I could see Brown going to some place like Atlanta or something like that.
Yeah, him for Trae Young, I think that would be like more realistic. But you know where they might trade Jaylen Brown to? They may trade him to Portland for Dame. I could see that happening more so than trading him to an East Coast team.
But
you know what I'm saying? Like,
but the thing is, like,
you're talking about Dame and Tatum.
But what is Portland like? Where are they at? Like, they're rebuilding. I don't think they would. I think they would have a little bit more respect for him, being that he's he's about to be a free agent. Like, he's not gonna want to sign a long-term deal with Portland.
Right. Who?
Jaylen Brown.
I mean, but if he has his own team, I think he would.
But who else is up there? Cam Reddish.
You got Cam Reddish. Simons. I mean, I don't know if Grant is going to sign with them. They got Sharp. I mean, he'll have his own team. I'll tell you that. He'll have his own team, and that's something that I think he really wants.
He probably wants his own team, but I don't see it. Like, nobody goes to Portland. Like nobody ever wants to go. Like throughout history, like what free agents have the Portland Trailblazers signed?
He won't be a free agent. I'm talking about it will be a trade.
Trade, but I don't think he would be happy. I think he wants to go to. I think he would probably want to go somewhere like Atlanta. I could see him in Atlanta. It's like the perfect because they got players they want to trade. They just got a good coach in Quinn Snyder. Trae Young, they got what's his name too? I like him. DeJounte Murray.
Yeah.
I always like the DeJounte Murray's game.
So they will have to move DeJounte Murray to the 1 and then put Jaylen Brown at the 2.
Is Jaylen Brown more of a small forward than a 2?
I mean, he's a 2 right now. And Tatum is the one that's playing the
small forward. I don't know. Man.
So you would put
like it's a lot to like if Boston wins the chip, did they just say, "Yo, we won our chip, and we just gonna like, hey, all right, thank you, peace." How would that go over with the fans if they win a chip and then they just break up the team?
They ain't gonna break up the team. They're gonna have to pay for that. They're gonna have to do it.
They're gonna have to pay.
They're gonna have to pay
because they're young stars. But if Boston loses, like let's say they lose tomorrow, I don't know, man. It might be some interesting stuff that's gonna go on.
Yeah, they shouldn't trade anybody. To be honest with you, they might just keep that young core together. Unless
they got a solid team. Brogdon and I like Brogdon as an X factor. Then you got what's his name from the Spurs, White.
Eric White. Yeah, they got a squad. They got
a good squad. They got a real good squad. They built really Danny Ainge and Danny Ainge when the first step they took was when they freaking zoed the Nets and traded all of them dudes to the Nets for all them draft picks.
Yeah, they definitely zoed the Nets.
They zoed the heck out of the Nets, bro. Yeah, I gotta throw some shade on the Nets on this one. Yeah. The Nets is like the biggest failures in the NBA, bro. They do all these super teams and they fail. They can't even get out the first round. Freaking flunkies.
Said if Ime Udoka was coaching this series, it would be over. I trust Doc more than I mistrust Harden.
Yo, I don't have any trust in Doc. When the Sixers were up 3-2, I'm like, Boston got them right where they want them.
Right.
Doc, yo, every playoff is like Doc is blowing a 3-2. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. I don't see Boston losing.
You think Doc may be out of here, right?
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Doc is like, you got Embiid, you got Harden, like 3-2 lead. You were at home. You had it was a close game. You got to close that out. Doc needs to. Yeah, Doc should. He's done it. He's done it like how many times? Other than 2008 and 2010, he's a fail. That big three, the big three, Pierce, Garnett, and Allen.
Yeah,
he still hold you won a chip. It's not easy to win a chip, but you had to have it's not a super team. They were not in their primes, but it was almost a super team, almost.
Mm-hmm.
You holding your head on that, and then you get to the finals in 2010, and then you lose. Then you go to the Clippers. You have Chris Paul, Blake Griffin. You have those guys. You blowing 2-0 leads, blowing 3-1 leads. He blew 3-1 leads when he was coaching the Magic when he had T-Mac.
Didn't they fire him after he won Coach of the Year?
He probably did.
Not Coach of the Year. I think
he got them to the
he took them to the playoffs, to the first round, and they fired his ass. I think
and they blew a lead, and then he's out of there. You had T-Mac. Now, granted, that team wasn't, the Magic. If Grant Hill and them boys, T-Mac and Grant Hill were both playing together, I think it could have been different. But yeah, he's notorious for it. everywhere he's going, he's blown those leads. So
yeah, he may be out of here too, bro.
he should be out of here.
Let's see, but yeah, man, we're gonna wrap this thing up, man. I gotta get up in the morning, man. But
No doubt.
please get this shit together, bro.
Yeah.
You know, we'll see who we gonna. He said, "I don't like that narrative."
Who?
He said, "I don't like that narrative." When did Doc blow a lead with a better team?
Bro, when you up 3-1, it don't matter. You up 3-1, bro. You up 3-1, you up 3-2. You gotta close it out. Like even in I think it was 2011, they had the they could have stopped the Heat from winning a couple. Like I don't call it a dynasty, but they went to 4 straight finals. They were up 3-2. They had them against the ropes. Then when LeBron he went nuts in Boston. He had like 45.
Remember that? Yep.
Yeah, they had him against the ropes. They couldn't close that out. The Clippers, epic fail. They never even got out of the second round when he was with the Clippers.
Yeah,
I mean, look, man, when you're good enough to get a 3-1 lead, you need to close it out. I don't care if you have a better team or not. Like,
yeah, they lost to the Houston Rockets, right? They lost to the Houston Rockets when they had Dwight Howard and James Harden. I remember that. The Clippers lost to them.
He just can't close out. And it's like I don't see him closing out against Boston at home. If he does, hats off to him. He lives to see another year, but I don't see him doing it. Just can't see him. When they lost Game 6, I'm like, bro, Doc. So
he said, when you're the underdog, you should get credit for pushing it to 7.
Bro,
slander for losing in 7.
You should get credit for pushing it to 7 when it's an even series going, like not when it's 3-1.
But they weren't up 3-1 against. Well, he's talking about.
Talking about Boston.
No, yeah, I think he's talking about Philly going against Boston. I think he's talking about that. But they did lose. They did lose to the Rock. They blew a 3-1 lead to the Rockets in 2015, and they lost 7.
You know,
and you can't forget about it in the bubble.
See, like he does it so much, I don't even remember when it occurred because it's like we going back almost 20 years of Doc-led teams blowing series leads and closeout game and not being able to close out teams. So is he a good coach? Heck yeah, he's a good coach, but you know, he's holding his head on, you know, he's just like the Yankees. They hold their head on World Series from like 50 million years ago. Yo, you holding your head on 1927 and 1865. You know, like 2000 when y'all was cheating and beat the Mets. Like, bro, we almost 30 years later, man.
We already know, man. The Yankees.
I gotta throw my shade at the Yankees, man, on a basketball topic. Nah, but yeah. I know you gotta go. I could go on for days.
We do this. I do this every day, bro. All I gotta do is just press play, bro.
Let me know because I came on earlier today, but I had to
I wasn't on though. I wasn't on.
Yeah, I know your boys was on, and I had to jump off.
Yeah, so
it's talking about LeBron being the best ever.
But yeah, man, good. Thanks for everybody for checking in.
Yeah,
Malik. Who else? Dorian. Who else is in here? Oh man, Mark, Great Gatsby, Beanie, Angel, Chin talking his shit.
Yo, they should do some basketball trivia. I go head to head with anybody on basketball.
The troll guard Reem. The troll guard.
I mean, yeah. He got to keep his spirits up when he got to deal with the New Jersey Nets.
Yeah, the New Jersey. Yeah, that's a whole nother stream that we're gonna talk about.
They need to go back over that river.
There's Knicks in here.
Huh?
We need to do a Nets versus Knicks in here, all out brawl.
I mean,
I ain't ready for that.
nah.
All right.
They don't got nothing.
All right, bro, man. Peace. We'll catch up.
All right.
All right.